Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High.
We're on? Alright, Shalom Israel.
Shalom. Shalom.
Welcome to another class with the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're going to go ahead and get class started like we always do. Where's that paper at? Yeah. So I won't forget now. Well, everybody get the link out. If you got a social media account, try to get it out there. And I'm going to go ahead and get it out too real quick while I'm talking. We're not going to do questions today because somebody asked this question and I got actually multiple people ask this question, so I want to take the whole class to get out the information. So we're not going to be answering any questions today. We'll probably do it Wednesday. Y'all see we've been trying to get more of these full classes out to deal with specific topics. So if you got any questions, this is detrimental, death-defying right now, y'all gonna have to hold your questions to the next class. So y'all see the topic up there, but I'm gonna wait till a few brothers and sisters get on before we start. All right, and while we wait, we are at 8524 South Braeswood, and that's in Houston, Texas, 77071. We also have classes in San Antonio, Texas, 4219 Centergate Street, that's San Antonio, Texas, 78217. All right, we have classes in Albuquerque, we have classes in Austin. Just get a hold of us if you brothers and sisters are serious, like most of y'all have been. Y'all been hitting us with a lot of emails. You've been hitting me with texts. That's the way you can get a hold of us when we put our number up there on the screen. All right? I'm trying to get this one text right here. I will be answering questions on the topic when we start the topic, but anything off the topic right now, if you brothers and sisters can just hold it, and then we hit it Wednesday if need be. All right. We also have kids class Sundays from 12 to 1 for an hour. So if you want to be part of that, you can come be part of that with the kids. Well, you know, some of the kids are out of town, but we still try to have those kids class going. What else here? Please look out for our cable show. We had to get a new season with the cable show that's local here in Houston. That's going to be on channel 17 Comcast, and that's HoustonMediaSource.org if you want to look at it online. We're going to get that rolling back very soon. We just had to get a new producer license and all that stuff that comes with that. Please check out Mashaba Blog Talk Radio. That's blogtalkradio.com/MASHAHBA, and that's Monday through Fridays. Monday through Fridays at 9:30 a.m. So check that out. If you want to get garments, a lot of you brothers and sisters been supporting and been buying garments and headbands. We appreciate that. Keep doing that. That helps us out. And I'll put it like this. There's a lot of garments that get done for you brothers and sisters online that the sisters don't even charge you near as much to do the work. So that's the sisters putting in work, doing their part with the garments. Let's see here. So the garments, my number is on the bottom of the screen. If you have any question, if you have on the topic today, you can go ahead and ask that during class. Otherwise, isbhpk@isbhpk.org. You can email us there. All right. If you want to continue to make your vow or donations, you can do that with the information at the bottom of the screen. All right. So let me see how many people are on here real quick before I start on this topic. Y'all also, man, keep sharing the link. There's been a lot of new brothers and sisters on there. Not a lot of disgruntled people. For the most part, we get people that don't act like beasts. You know, they come civilized. They come ask their questions. They come deal with their topic for the most part. But keep sharing the class if y'all got it. What happened to that iLive?
I need to start that back.
Yeah. All right, so there's a few of y'all on there now. 13 of y'all on there. It'll build up as we go into the topic. I was just trying to just wait till a few of y'all get on there to go into this, because I want to make sure the brother, there's two brothers that asked me about it. Samuel had asked me about it a while back, and I never went over it in its entirety. I touched on it a little bit, and then another new brother asked me about it. I forgot his name. So I said, you know what, let me just go over it in a full class. That way, y'all can have the information, we can have it online, and then it'll be there. So we're gonna touch on tonight. I know we got it up there as regeneration, but we're gonna touch on death. We're going to touch on regeneration. We're going to touch on resurrection. And we're going to touch on the spiritual hell. So we're going to touch on all that tonight. That's why I'm not taking any questions off the topic. On the topic all day. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Death. We're going to be talking about regeneration. We're going to be talking about resurrection. And we're going to be talking about hell, the spiritual hell. So hopefully, man, I can get this all in one class. So get your pens. When we transition to the next point, I'm going to make it a point to tell y'all we're moving to that point. So get your pens, write it down. For y'all that came here to learn, write the scriptures down so y'all can have that in your arsenal. All right?
Time.
All right. So let me see who's on there. All right. So let's start with that. Go to Revelation. Let's get the obvious out of the way. Go to Revelations 1 verse 18. Revelations 1 verse 18. We want to get the obvious out of the way, that the Most High, Yahweh Shai, is the one that kills. A lot of people think that, Ronnie. Ronnie asked, well, 3 of y'all asked me about it then. Yeah, Ronnie, yeah. 3 of y'all asked me about it. There's a few of y'all, so I was like, let's just go through this, man. Give y'all the arsenal of scriptures. Revelations 1 and 18. Read that.
Revelations chapter 1 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
I am he that liveth and was dead.
Right. This is Yahweh Shai talking. He said he is the one that liveth. Go ahead.
and was dead.
And was dead, because Yahushua himself resurrected. He himself resurrected. Now, Yahushua wasn't the only one that resurrected. Okay, we find out that there was a Lazarus that resurrected. Don't get it mixed up with Lazarus that died. Okay, there was a Lazarus that resurrected. Okay, and when you go to the Old Testament, who knows? Who knows who resurrected? Died and was brought back to life. Remember, they threw a body on Elisha's body, and that body came back to life. So it's not foreign, and we're going to get into all that. That's down the line. But we have to remember, Yahushua resurrected. Go ahead.
And behold,
I
am alive forevermore.
Right, so read it again.
I am he that liveth.
Right.
And was dead.
Right.
And behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen.
Read.
And have the keys of hell and of death.
Yeah, the only way you're going to escape death is if the Most High, Yahushua, gives the order. There's no way from running from that death. So we got to come to terms with that the Most High is the power above all. Whatever you're going through, if you finna die right now, it's all in the hands of the Most High. There's no way to escape that. And the only way to get out of it is you better be in the graces of the Most High. So jump from there, go to Psalm 68 verse 20. So it says, and have the keys of hell and death. So even there, right there, it's showing you you got death and you got hell. Why? Because after death, there is a punishment. We're going to be talking about that also. That's further down after we get through all these scriptures. So you're learning right in the beginning a few things that the Bible talks about. Resurrection, hell, death. And we're going to get to the regeneration. So we know that the Most High only has power of that. You can run, you can hide, you can duck, you can dodge, but when the Most High calls your number, there's no way to escape. There's no way to get away from the punishment. And let me say this. Not only the punishment, sometimes death is good. I know y'all like, what? Con? I'll quote it now and we'll get it later. The scripture says, death is better than a bitter life. Why? Because sometimes, man, people with cancer, people dying, people with AIDS, people with severe death, death-defying disease where you're still alive but you're hanging on. I mean, in reality, it's better for you to be dead. It's better for that cord to be severed. So yeah, there is a time when death is better than life. You know what I mean? You get shot up, your brain's out your head. You want to just sit there for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. How about that? Imagine that. You get shot up, or you get in a car accident, and a blade chops through your neck, and you're sitting there and you're just dying slow. Won't it be better just to be dead? But, you know, sometimes, man, the Most High punishes people. He punishes people through death. Right? Don't get it twisted. All death is not a punishment. All death is not a punishment. So read that. Psalm 68 verse 20.
Psalm chapter 68 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
He that is our God is the God of salvation.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the power. He's the God of salvation. Not Allah, not Buddha, not Hare Krishna, not your mama, not your daddy, not your 45, not your bazooka. Y'all get that?
Come.
I don't give a damn if you have a military force, it don't matter. I was watching that Robin Hood from 2010 yesterday, and the king was running around, and he was getting shot with all these arrows, and then he was blocking them all. And one peasant, he runs up to the top. This guy's serving the food. He runs up to the top and hits the king in the neck with one arrow. Killed him. Why? Because salvation is of the Most High. It doesn't matter if you're king supreme, if you're the janitor. The only one that can deliver you from that death and bring you salvation is the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
And unto God, the Lord, belongs the issues from death.
See, to him belongs the issues from death. So you want to escape death and punishment? I mean, you want to escape the ghettos and the slums. You want to escape crack and dope and drugs and pill popping. You wanted to escape a lot of things. It's the Most High. It's Yahweh Shai. He's the one that delivers us from death. How though? How? Go to Job 33 verse 14. Go to Job 33 verse 14. How does he deliver you from death? And we're not going to go into this point too much, but I am going to bring this scripture in there. Y'all know this. We talked about it a little bit probably a few days back. But how does he deliver you from death? Read that. Job 33 verse 14.
Job chapter 33 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
For the Most High speaketh once.
He what?
The Most High speaketh once.
The Most High talks to you. How does he deliver you from death? He talks to you. He sends some way, something. The Most High is in some way. He tries to wake you up and show you that something's finna happen. Right? You have a dream. You get somebody to tell you, man, don't do that. Be careful. Right? Man, you need to chill out. You need to relax. Because you get a lot of our people that don't turn down. Right? Turn down for what? They get in the car, they what? Speeding out, twisting and turning. Right? Burning corners. Right?
Done.
And what happens? They're what they call a daredevil. You're a dare demon. And you spin. You kill yourself. You kill everybody in the car. So sometimes somebody be like, you know what? You better relax. Right? Or they got that rapper, 69. Right? These are garbage rappers, man. Don't ask me their full name. He's on there on YouTube and on Facebook, going to different gang neighborhoods. He's going and yelling out, talking about he's in the Crip neighborhood. I'm here. I'm in your hood. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now this guy got kidnapped the other day. He was pistol whipped. Why? Because nobody told him to chill out. Yeah.
They found out he was lying.
Oh, did they? They found out he was lying?
Yeah, he made up.
He wanted to get some more stories under his belt. Well, Extension wasn't lying. Right, him dead. Him with the Most High. You know, but, you know, you get that. I mean, he might have been lying, but Pac wasn't. Pac was serious. He was spitting in the camera. I took 5 shots. Right? And what happened? Most High took him out. With one bullet. You know? So you got to see. No, he actually got shot up again 5 times in that car. They shot him a few times in that car.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, when he ended up finally dying. But you know, the thing is this, that the Most High speak once. There's a way he talks to you. He tells you. Some way. You know, the Most High don't want you to die. He don't want you to die. He'd rather you live. He'd rather you repent. But a lot of times, people don't want to repent. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to correct themselves. They want to run. So some people, the Most High is just going to take out. Okay, go ahead.
For the Most High speaketh once,
Right.
yet twice,
Right.
yet men perceiveth it not.
You see that? Man don't listen. Israel's hard-headed, man. This is a stiff-necked people, right? Judah, all the way down to Issachar, you're a stubborn nation, rebellious. So, they don't want to listen all the time. What?
What's the topic?
The topic is death. We're going to be talking about regeneration. We're going to be talking about regeneration. The people in the world call it reincarnation. We're going to be talking about resurrection. We're going to be talking about hell. So everything that has to do with life after death, or beginning with death after life, right? Right? So the Most High said what?
For the Most High speaketh once,
Right?
yet twice,
Read.
yet man perceiveth it not.
Man perceiveth it not. Man don't listen. They don't want to listen, man. The Most High warns them, tells them. You got these knucklehead, hardhead drug dealers. They on the corner. They think they're invincible because they got a 45. They shot somebody running. So what happened? They think they're a killer. Right?
Come.
Nobody's invincible, man. You have to be under the shadow of the Most High, the protection of the Most High. Go ahead.
In a dream,
Right?
in a vision of the night,
Right?
when deep sleep falleth upon men,
Read.
and slumbering upon the bed,
Right?
then he openeth the ears of men,
Right?
and sealeth their instruction.
See, and you know what that means? Sometimes you have dreams. Sometimes it's put in your conscience. You ever get those people that, like these rappers, they be singing about death, they know they're going to die? Why? Because the Spirit be telling them in their conscience, like, I'm going to wipe you out. They know. You ever felt that? Like, dang, I'm doing something wrong and it's not right. That's the Spirit talking. So sometimes it'll happen through a dream. Sometimes a person will tell you to slow down. Sometimes it'll be set in your conscience. Right? For the Most High to do what? Go ahead.
That he may withdraw man from his purpose.
Right. That he may withdraw you from where you're going. Because where you're going, it might be death. It might be destruction. Go ahead.
And hide pride.
And hide what?
Hide pride.
Yeah, because a lot of times you be thinking, oh, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. Nah, you finna get your legs chopped off. You finna get shot up. You finna be in a car accident. You finna get stabbed. You finna get your throat cut. You finna get raped. Depending if you're in the graces of the Most High, what way will it go? We're at where? Where are we at?
We're at Job chapter 33 and verse 18.
Right, we started at verse 15. Go ahead.
We started 14.
Oh, 14. Go ahead.
He keepeth back his soul from the pit.
Yeah, that's the purpose, because the Most High don't want you to die. So what he do? He warn you. He tell you. He talk to you. The Most High is graceful. He's merciful. See, but when you don't want to listen, you don't want to listen to none of those ways, then you're going to fall in the pit. Go ahead.
He and his life from perishing by the sword.
Go ahead.
He chastened also with pains upon his bed.
Right.
And the multitude of his bones with strong pain.
Yeah, because the Most High here, some people, man, that he called. Like, you can have somebody really rebellious, right? A drug dealer, a sodomite. And the Most High warned them. He'll give them scriptures if they're meant to change. He'll give them knowledge if they're really meant to change. See, but a lot of times, man, when you don't listen to these things, is majority of the times it's death, because he tried every way to convince you, to show you. That's why the scriptures say, humble thyself before thou be sick. You know why? Because it's like, the scriptures say, if you fall into the physician, if you fall into the hand of the physician, you better ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing to where the Most High is hitting me like this? So you got to ask yourself. You got infirmities of the body, but then you got a curse and you got a pain that's on you. So go to Deuteronomy 32:39. Deuteronomy 32 verse 39. So we're just getting these scriptures out of the way, man, showing that the Most High, Yahweh Shai, has power over life and death. He's the one that gives the angels to fulfill his orders. Read that. Psalm Deuteronomy 32:39.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39.
Go ahead.
See now that I, even I am he.
Go ahead.
And there is no God with me.
Read.
I kill.
Well, I what?
I kill.
I what?
I kill.
Yeah, so when the church is, oh, that's the devil's work. Yeah, but who gives the last order? Who gives the last say-so? The Most High. He said he killed. The devil can't do nothing without the will of the Most High saying, you know what? It's time. Knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door.
Oh, no.
When you knocking, when it's time, the Most High is going to pull your card. Go ahead.
I kill.
Right?
And I make alive.
The Most High does. Listen, somebody can run up to you with a Glock. If it ain't your time, it'll jam.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Somebody can shoot at you. If it ain't your time, it won't, no bullet will hit you. If the Most High wants to warn you, you might get grazed. Right? But the Most High does these things. When the Most High, go ahead, read, watch. Go ahead.
I wound.
I what?
I wound.
Read.
And I heal.
I wound. You see that? You might just get shot in the leg, can't use your leg no more. You might get in a car accident, can't use your right side no more. You know, if the Most High really want to punish you, you might can't function mentally, physically, excuse me, but still be alive. Right? When your baby was barely hanging on for life, guess what? The Most High brought him through. Right? If he didn't make it, guess what? The Most High did it. A lot of women can't deal with that. They can't deal with that, man. My rib lost a few. I had to tell her, like, it's the will of the Most High. You can't. What you gonna do? You gonna fight the Most High? You gonna hate the Most High? Nah, man. You better sit down and be humble. Because the Most High controls all that. He wounds. Go ahead.
And I heal.
He heals. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. The Most High. Listen. I'll tell you this. Whatever your problem is, the Most High can heal it. But are you in the right spirit for you to get the information? It's like the information is right there to heal yourself. But you too rebellious, stubborn, stiff-necked. And he's like, I'm going to leave you in ignorance so you won't be healed. But the Most High can heal you. The Most High can give you the way out. He can show you. Y'all understand that?
God.
You got to see that, man. Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. There's no escape. You cannot run from the Most High. The Most High has angels surrounding us daily. In your thoughts, in your everything you think, everything you feel, the Most High is recording it. That's why he said every wicked word, every idle word that's spoken, the Most High know. You in your closet, you hid, the Most High know. That's why you could See, what Israel don't understand is you're doing things in front of man and going behind their back and thinking the Most High don't see you. I don't understand it. You think the Most High don't see you, but that's why you're cursed. That's why the Most High keep you broke down. He keep your mind not growing, because these spirits be around us recording everything. Go there. Go to Ecclesiastes 39:28. These spirits, man, be around. The angels record everything. Now, I'm not going to go into that class.
That is this. Does this scripture go with this one, or is this?
No, this goes with the same thing, yeah. It all goes, it's about death. Go to Ecclesiastes 32:39. Oh, no, Ecclesiastes 39:28.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and verse 28.
Go ahead.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
See, there's spirits, man, all around that's created. Psalms 10 shows us that there's angels that protect us, right? Well, Ecclesiastes 39 shows us that there's spirits that created for what?
For vengeance.
For what?
Vengeance.
Read.
Which, in their fury, lay on sore strokes.
So, how the Most High is the mastermind on how to kill you. It's not Satan. You scared of the devil. You scared of scary movies. You scared of the girl bending over backwards, climbing up the wall. The Most High sent these demons. Those are the spirits that are coming for you. And who sends them? The Most High. He sends them. They're spirits created for vengeance. So, when your family member dies, who did it?
The Most High.
When your brother dies,
The Most High.
your father dies,
The Most High.
your child dies.
The Most High.
The Most High controls death. Now, once again, death is not bad. Sometimes death is needed. Okay? Sometimes death is needed. Sometimes the Most High is delivering the righteous. But that depends on how you go. Right? Sometimes the Most High won't get you. He'll take the ones close to you. He'll put them to death. Then you really... What did he do to David? When David committed adultery, what did he do?
Killed his son.
He killed his son.
God.
He took the kingdom from him. Well, God kills babies? Yep. God, he's not looking at babies. He's not looking at age. He's not looking at male or female. He's looking at your spirit. And sometimes the punishment of what you do can go to your children. So you got to be careful, man. Go ahead.
God. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
Yeah.
And appease the wrath of him that made them.
Yeah, that's not Satan. Satan, they're not appeasing the wrath of Satan. They're appeasing the wrath of the Most High. He's the one that made them. And they go do his bidding. They do his work. Go ahead.
Now, verse 29. Fire and hail and famine.
Right?
And
So now he's telling us how. How does the Most High kill? How does he make alive? When you're in that house of fire, the Most High either can deliver you out of that, or he can leave you in there burning the hell up. Or how about this? You jump out the window, but your kid's still in there. That's how the Most High gets you. Most High is no joke. The scriptures say he is the king of terrors. Not the devil. Not some red guy with a pitchfork. He's the king of terrors. So we have to fear the Most High. That's why Israel, a lot of y'all games you play, you don't understand. I already got a bullet in my ass. I don't need another. And I wasn't even doing that. I was just hanging around with idiots. I wasn't even trying to be wicked. Most High put a bullet in me for hanging around with dummies. Most High's not playing, man. You're like, listen, here's a hot one. Next time you'll think about it. It's not a joke. He destroys these houses and families and homes and burning people up. I just read about that something online, man, that I think it was an Asian cat. Him and his 4 daughters. You see that? Like everybody died except the mom. Most High is not joking. You kill your whole family, leave you alive. That's punishment, man. You know, so listen, I mean, let's think about it. The Most High put us in slavery. Crack babies are because God did it. God did it because you were rebellious. Yes, we know. You called it to yourself. But why did he let it flow? Why he didn't bring the angels come down and put spirits around you? Because Israel's wicked as hell. So he sends evil angels amongst them. Because when you do get in the right position, the Most High do bless you. You got a lot of Israelites that what? Don't recognize it. Like Pac, he didn't recognize it. It really made me mad when Pac died. I was like, wow, why you just couldn't shut up? I couldn't believe you were so dumb. Like, you really think that you can fight the Creator? Every song was about 5 shots. I took 5 shots. Everything. Go listen to his old stuff. I was like, wow. He just didn't get it. Like, damn, all you had to do is be quiet. Humble yourself, and the Most High would have delivered you. We had brothers in New York at the time. That's when all the camps were won. We had brothers go up and talk to Pac too. So he knew the truth. That was when he first got shot in the elevator. He knew the truth. But right after that, he got with Death Row, lost it. This nigga went super blood. It's like, all right, Most High speak once, yeah, twice. I'm going to send the prophets. They going to tell you. And what? Israel don't listen. Fire, go ahead.
Fire.
Read.
And hail.
Hail, go ahead.
And famine.
Right, famine. You used to be hungry. Most High kill you with hunger. You know what I mean? You be eating out the trash. Israel don't understand that. The Most High brings you that low. The Most High brings you that low. I always tell you about the brother, I'm not going to say his name, but I am going to use the example for the intent that you do not lust after evil things. His whole mission was to get two women in the truth. That was his whole mission in the truth. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all get it. There's people that come into school that they don't be on point. The Most High is using us to tell them to get their act together. And right when they leave, right, they try to go to another school. But that school, they done with that school. He got kicked out of literally every camp. Why? But he was trying to hit on every camp he go to. He would try to hit on the women. He didn't have to tell me. I already knew. He went to every camp, got kicked out of it. Why? Because his lust demon was so powerful. Now he's eating where? Out of the trash. The Most High brings low. He would bring that pride low. He would bring that stiff neck, stubborn ass face. He'll bring your ass to the ground. That's why he said, when you go to them, tell them to their face. He would bring your ass low. He's not playing. Yeah, you think you hard, you think you bad. The Most High gave you us for grace. Because why? We talking to you. When you fall in the hands of the Most High, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Lord. Go ahead.
Death.
Right, it says death. I mean, you know, y'all seen the cable series, 1,000 Ways to...
1,000 Ways to Die.
1,000 Ways to Die. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Like, there is 1,000 ways. I mean, obviously, the Most High, Satan, because that's his particular job, right? He comes up with the ways how to pick you off, how to take you out. You know, remember you were talking about the other day, we were talking about the pool?
Oh, yeah.
We were in the pool at night. I mean, we didn't have none of the lights on. And he was like, man, I don't know about this pool at night. He was like, alligators be coming. I'm like, listen. I'm like, think about it. If an alligator is going to walk across 2 streets come over my gate and come in my water and eat me up, the Most High wanted my ass. And he literally wanted me to go out by an alligator. There was no escape, no running, it didn't matter. So yeah, think about it. An alligator go walk across a main street, don't get hit by a car, come through your gate, come in at night when you in there.
He was on the news. He was like, he was in our vicinity.
What vicinity? There was an alligator?
The alligator that was under the AT&T truck.
Oh, really?
In the driveway at home. He got up. He was about to go to work, and he heard this hissing sound. So he turned on the flashlight. It was the length of the van.
Holy crap!
So he crapped his pants. He waited for the animal catchers to come.
Yeah, but then if you come in the pool, the Most High wanted Kazaki to die by an alligator. Like, think about it. There's certain things that you're gonna look at and be like, that's not a coincidence. You're gonna be like, well, you know, what do they call it? The news calls it it's a saying. Somebody help me with this one.
Strange phenomenon?
No, something like a strange phenomenon, but when you die in a crazy way, it's a freak accident. Like, it ain't no freak accident. It's just the Most High. He wanted you to die in the weirdest, craziest way for people to know you did something.
Strange sequence.
Yeah, you playing tennis, and then an alligator come out and eat your baby up. You did something. You pissed off the Most High some way.
Yeah. So
you got to think about the Most High delivers. We don't think about that. I think about it all the time. A lot of people don't think about that. You know how I know they can think about it? Because they be coming with demons on them. Bro, every day I'm thinking about how the Most High delivered my child. My child could have been, he was in the hospital for 3 months. He could have been birth defect, mentally challenged. He could have been a lot of things. The Most High delivered him. You got to understand that. That's real. You know what I mean? I know when I got shot, the Most High delivered me. You know, people don't see that. They don't understand. You be thinking, I'm good. Shit. Most High send somebody through, man, end up right in your bed. You know what I mean? You wake up, he's sitting right there. Tie you and your woman up. Right? And then you guess what? Don't hurt you, hurt the babies. They just came for the babies. Most High, he's the king of terrors. Not all the scary movies. Midnight Shyamalan.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. No, that's the Most High. He's Jason. He's Michael Myers. He's Freddy.
He's Pinhead.
Right? Go ahead, read.
All these were created for vengeance.
Right?
Teeth of wild beasts.
Yeah, that's vengeance. You get bit up, like you said, the alligator under there and just take a chop out of your leg. You need to go right down and reassess life. You know, somebody come up to you and rob you and then shoot you and you peeing out of I got robbed too. I'm like, yeah, bruh. I'm like, David, I have not broke one bone. I got robbed twice. I got shot up. I got in a car accident on a highway with in the work hour, and nobody hit us. We spin. I've yet. That's why I said the Most High is real. But people don't look at that. They're thinking like, you know what? I'll do what I do. All right, do you, boo boo. Cause watch, wait till the vengeance come on your ass. It's gonna be harsh. Yeah.
I tell this story to the brothers at work all the time. But this guy in Colorado, you know, you got the mountains, right?
Yeah.
So he was in Fort Collins, and his driveway was on a mountainous area. So he walked out his patio. He left his car door open to grab something. He came back in, and he shut the door. It's automatic locks. He got mauled to death by a black bear.
Weirdness. You going out weirdness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking. I mean, I go through the Google News a lot, but there was this couple that were getting married on the edge. and they died together.
Oh.
You seen that one too? Yeah, like really? Like the Most High is vicious, man. And like I said, all the time, maybe the Most High just wanted you. He wanted to be, but sometimes when you got these vicious deaths, you stabbed 40 times, you know what I mean? You choked out, you know, that's my travel series. What is it?
On the History Channel, you be watching.
Yeah, it's every hotel room, they go through the murder mysteries.
Yeah.
But you see how people die, and it be their husband, it be their wife, it be their children, it be their neighbor, it be somebody that followed you. Most High is, from him belong the issues of death. Go ahead.
See the wild beasts.
Right.
And scorpions.
Right.
Serpents.
Right.
And the sword.
Right. Read.
Punishing the wicked to destruction.
See? So, yeah, you know, if you look at these things, you ask yourself, well, how am I going to go out? You just get bit by a spider. Did y'all hear about the couple that went on vacation and then walked on the sand and got some skin-eating disease? Yeah, she had I think the woman had to get her arms and her legs cut off. Y'all can look up this stuff. I'm not making this up. This is not scare tactics. This is real. You know how the internet, it got everything on there.
The scare is great.
Think about that. You wake up, you get bit by a spider, and then you don't got no arms when you wake up. The Most High is vicious. See, but this is why do you think we honor the Most High? Why do you think we respect the Most High? Why do you think we fear the Most High? Because any day now, you talking all that mess, you disgruntled with your husband, you know what I mean? You open up the door, you put the keys in, somebody grab you from behind. Real tight. Throw your ass in a bag in a van, and then what? Have sex with you for 2 months and then bury you in the backyard alive. That's how the Most High do. He's not joking. You know what I mean? They shoot up, you living in the hood, they shoot up your neighborhood, but your kid get hit. Y'all remember the kid that got shot with the gasket? It was the cops. They went into the wrong house and they shot those things that do smoke in people's house. And one hit the daughter and her whole face was blown up.
I know about that.
Yeah, it sparked because it like that and fire comes out, right? It hit the girl. You can put that one on there. Are you throwing these up there?
Kind of.
You're looking for them?
I'm looking for 'em.
Yeah. And the daughter, her mouth, she looked like her whole face was swollen. I think about that now, like your kid falling on the edge of something, poking his eyebrow out. That's real. See, you know these things y'all take for granted. People think like you deserve life. Israel, a lot of people deserve death, but the Most High is merciful. He is gracious. So we don't think about this. The Most High belongs to issue from death. One more, 1 Samuel 2 and 6. 1 Samuel 2 verse 6.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
The Lord killeth.
The what?
The Lord killeth.
So let's not get it twisted. The Most High is the one you can fall into the hands and he's going to destroy you, kill you, give you life. The Lord killeth. Go ahead.
And maketh alive.
Yeah, the Most High maketh alive. He can pull you out of that. Go ahead.
He bringeth down to the grave.
He doeth what?
Bringeth down to the grave.
Go ahead.
And bringeth up.
Yeah. You could be in a death-defying situation. Right? I was watching another one, another story that was on Netflix. It was a true story about the girl that didn't know, she was a little Edomite girl that basically one day she just started losing her mind. They didn't know what it was, but it was a bacteria in her brain. And at first they were going to chalk it up as she went crazy, right? But it was a bacteria bacteria in her brain that was that where her brain started to kick in and fight against it. It was shutting her mind down. So at first she was good, and next minute her body, her mind, she went crazy. Her body started shutting down and locking up on her. But there was one doctor, there was few doctors that was like, nah, she's going crazy. They were like, how's she going crazy when she's having seizures? Right? They were going to put her in a crazy home. But this one doctor find out, no, it's a bacteria. And ended up giving her medicine to heal it. Most High can put you, she was all the way vegetable state. And what? Put her right out of that. Most High can do that.
God.
The Most High is gracious. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Go ahead.
The Lord maketh poor.
Right.
And maketh rich.
Right.
He bring low.
Right. He make it what?
Maketh poor.
Right.
And maketh rich.
Why the Most High got you broke? Why the Most High got you down? Why the Most High got you not having? Do you ever ask yourself that? Yeah, when I was a kid, I was asked all the time, like, why are we in this condition? Then you found out the commandments. We broke the commandments. We break the laws. Right? But that should be changing when you get the knowledge. This should be a renewing, a lifting up when you get the knowledge. If you got the knowledge and you still in an estate like that, there's a problem. You need to ask yourself that. Go ahead.
He bringeth low.
Right.
And lift it up.
Right. So the Most High does these things. So go to Ecclesiastes 14 and 17. Now we're going to transition into the process of death. So we know that the Most High, He kills, He makes alive, He belongs. If you want to be delivered from death, He's the one. He's the man to pull you from that. So now we're going to go into the process of death. Go ahead, read that. Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, the 14th chapter and the 17th verse.
Ecclesiastes chapter 14, verse 17.
Go ahead.
All flesh waxes old.
All what?
All flesh waxes old.
All flesh wax old. Go ahead.
As a garment.
Read.
For the covenant from the beginning is.
Right.
Thou shalt die the death.
So there's a covenant from the beginning that you will die. It's terrible. Every day I look in the mirror. Remember when I was 20? Remember when I was 25? I remember when I was 30. 40, you're like, God, all flesh waxes old. All flesh waxes old. The covenant is you shall die the death. So you have to understand that is the will of the Most High. You understand that?
God.
That you can't escape it unless you are righteous beyond what man is. Because we know Elijah was taken up. He didn't die a regular physical death. He shed the flesh. I'm gonna say this again. To get to the spiritual realm, the body has to be shedded. He didn't die like me and you. He was taken up, and that flesh had to be changed. You understand that?
God.
You can't go to the spiritual realm with the flesh, this carnal flesh. So Elijah shed the flesh, but not like me and you probably will. Or not. You never know. Yahweh Shai might be back by then, and we might not have to die to death. But Elijah was lifted up. Enoch was translated. Ezra was lifted up. So yeah, you know, unless the Most High, His graces are beyond, you know, you're righteous from the womb. These men had to be righteous, man. They had to really, in the Most High's eyes, be looked upon to be taken up and not have to die that death. But everybody else dies the death. They go through it. Now the question is, once again, you need to ask yourself is how do you want to die? How are you going to go out? You going to go out like the wicked, or you going to go out with like the righteous? Go out in old age, right? Or you got to go out in old age dying of cancer, dying of liver disease, dying of let's go through all the diseases you can die of. Oh, was it?
Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's, yeah. How are you going to go out? Right? You definitely don't want to go out being murdered, shot, killed, or all the other things we were talking about. Because that's meant for the wicked. So read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 14, verse 17.
Go ahead.
All flesh waxeth old,
Right.
as a garment, for the covenant from the beginning is.
Right.
Thou shalt die the death.
That's the covenant. The covenant from the beginning is thou shalt die the death. So go to Psalms 102 verse 26. Read down in there. Read down in that 14 and 17 while we get this other one. Read down to verse 18.
Verse 17.
Verse 18.
Verse 18.
Read.
As of the green leaves on a thick tree, some fall and some grow.
Right.
So
and that's what we're going to get into. We're going to find out, like the trees, some fall, some grow, right? Some leaves. Well, the Most High, that process always happens with man. Some die, and the regeneration, you can come back. Go ahead.
So is the generation of flesh and blood.
So is what?
The generation of flesh and blood.
See, that's the process. Go ahead.
One cometh to an end, and another is born.
Right. Read.
Every work rotted and consumeth away, and the worker thereof shall go withal.
Right. You see that? So that is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, 14 verse 17 down to 19. So that's the process. Read verse 20.
Blessed is the man that doeth meditate good things in wisdom.
See, that's the only ones that's gonna escape it. Only thing, how do we live and live a long life? The only ones that meditate with wisdom. Go ahead.
And the reasoneth of the holy things by his understanding.
Right. So go from there. Go to Psalms 102 verse 26. Read that.
Psalm chapter 102 verse 26.
Go ahead.
They shall perish.
Right. They what?
They shall perish.
Yeah. You know who Yahushua is talking about? Everyone. He's talking about everybody. He said they what?
They shall perish.
Read.
But thou shalt endure.
Go ahead.
Yea, all of them shall wax old like a garment.
They shall what?
Wax old like a garment.
Go ahead.
As a vesture, thou shalt change them.
Right.
And they shall be changed.
Yeah, you see that? Like a vesture. You know how you fold your clothes? That's what Yahushua is going to do to us. Fold your little body up, takes your soul, takes your spirit. Go ahead. Go from there. Go to Job 14 and 5. I got a lot, so I want to get through these. Job 14 and 5. So we're talking about, if y'all got on with us, we're talking about death, the process. We're talking about regeneration. We're talking about resurrection, and we're going to be talking about hell. So we can't trip out, though. Everybody dies. You know? I always tell you about the story where my grandma died. She was like 90-something. You had, black people, man. I have Judah. Of course, I have Judah in my family. If y'all didn't know, yeah, Judah just like I'm sitting over there like, why are you screaming like you insane? Why, like, They screaming like she was dying of cancer. She was 90. She lived a long life. Some of us won't live to 90. She lived to 90. Right? You're screaming like you don't know what's going on here, man. That's Israel. Why? Because they don't understand. They don't understand that the Most High, watch, read it. It's going to tell us.
Job chapter 14 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
Seeing his days are determined.
Right. Seeing that his what?
His days are determined.
Yeah, his days are determined. The Most High knows when your clock is going to be. He knows everything. He knows when you're going to go out. I don't want y'all to now be looking over your shoulder, because the only ones that need to be looking over their shoulders are wicked. That's who it's going to come on. They can't escape. The Most High, he ain't surrounding them with the angels. If you do it right, you follow the laws, you keeping the commandments, you're trying to please the Most High, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Everybody else, yeah, worry. There should be some worry, because the Most High ain't going to worry about you. They're going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
The number of his months are with thee.
Yeah, see, his days are determined. The number of his months are with thee. You see that? Most High's not playing, man. You're dealing with a vicious power, man. Elijah called she-bears to kill who?
The kids who mocked him.
The kids who mocked him. Moses not playing. He said bears. Like he could have had them stumble, break their neck. He sent bears to kill kids, children. This is the God of the Bible. He don't play around with mocking. You want to play games. You trying to hide and be deceptive. You trying to do stuff on the low. Most High's not playing, man. You got to be straight up. You got to be real. You got to be sincere. This is why we fear the Most High, right? Because we know he got power over life and death. Go ahead.
Thou hast appointed his bounds.
You appointed what?
His bounds.
Read.
That he cannot pass.
Right. He appointed a certain time that you cannot pass. It's just written. All of our numbers is already written. When the Most High wants when we're going to go. When we're going to be taken out. Y'all got that? Finish. Oh, okay. Go to Psalms 89:49. Psalms 89:49. Read that.
Psalms chapter 49 and verse 8.
Psalms 89.
Sorry, 89 and verse 49.
Right. Go ahead.
Lord, where are thy former loving kindness, which thou swearest?
89:48. Excuse me. Psalms 89:48.
80. Yeah. Okay.
Psalms 89:48.
Psalms chapter 89 and verse 48.
Go ahead.
What man is he that liveth?
Right.
And shall not see death.
Right. What man? You got to be righteous. You got to be righteous. Listen, the Most High said David was a man after his own heart. But David sinned. He messed up and committed adultery. He died. He died to death. The Most High said Abraham was a friend of God. He died to death. He said Adam was the son of God. He died to death. Now Adam lived 900 some years, so he lived a long time. But he died to death. So you gotta see that. You gotta see that everybody, this is promised that number. Okay, go ahead.
God, shall he deliver his soul from the hand of the grave?
And you see that question mark behind the verse? verse, he's asking. Because it is a possibility. It is a possibility. Like that the Most High will save you and you will not die. That he comes back and you'll be changed in a twinkling of an eye. That's a possibility. I mean, what do you think we're fighting for? Why are we doing this?
Immortality.
Why do we die daily? Why do we, like Paul said, imprisonments? Why are we lacking, losing? Why do we go through trials and tribulation and persecution? Why? Because we're fighting for this life after death, and we're fighting not to die. I don't want to die. That's what we're fighting for. You see how there's no way the investment of what you're doing now is way better than what the white man has to offer. Way better than drugs, pills, right? Sex. There's nothing better than all the things that we're fighting for. Because what we have, what we're fighting for, is beyond your imagination. Y'all see that?
Time.
Go ahead.
Salah.
Uh-huh.
Verse 49.
Uh-huh.
Lord, where are thy former loving kindness?
What?
Where are thy former loving kindness?
No, jump from there. Go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 2. 9 and 12.
In the Apocrypha?
In the Bible, Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. Ecclesiastes 9 and 12.
For man also knoweth not his time.
Read it again.
For man also knoweth not his time.
For man knoweth not his time. You don't know when the hell you're going to go. That's why every day you're living it up. To who?
The Most High.
Not to dope. Not to drugs. Right? Not to the ciggies. What's his name? Patrick Swayze, man. He said he would not quit smoking. When he found out he had cancer, he said he's going to go out and live life like he wants. This guy went from pain to death. He went from death and pain to suffering after death. Because he went straight to hell. He went straight to hell. The Most High, he said, if you defile your body, the Most High will destroy you. He ain't living. Brothers and sisters don't understand. You think, oh, I'm going to kill myself. That's going to end my life. Yahushua's like, you coming right to me. You think I'm running. You running right to the Creator. Where you running to? People think life is hard. You better understand, life after death is hard. This is too hard for me. If you couldn't live in this life righteously, you think you get a pass in the next life? Read it again.
For man also knoweth not his time.
Man don't know his time. Yeah, she threw the Patrick Swayze up there. He didn't look like that. No, you got to get the Patrick Swayze.
I did.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, she put the young Swayze up there.
Oh.
But you got to put the one where he was like, I'm not quitting smoking.
Oh.
This guy went out. But that's how they go. They're like, this is why it tells you and we're going to go into that. Let me not do that. Yeah, look at him there. He looks like a zombie. He looks like a zombie. Right? So read on. Come on.
Time. As the fishes are slot. As the fishes that are taken in an evil net.
Right.
As the birds that are caught in the snare.
Read.
So are the sons of men snared in an evil time.
You see that? So are the sons of men snared in an evil time. That that means that Solomon said it best. We got no preeminence over beasts. Meaning that when it all comes down to it, you die just like an animal. Most High humbled you, man. But because he created us immortal and we chose death. Whole nother topic. I'm not going in all that. But he said there's no preeminence. Why? Because you die like a dog. And some die worse than that. Some die worse than that, alone and lonely. Right? Nobody around. They go to get their body, and she been dead 3 or 4 or 5 days, a week. I know people like that. Y'all probably know people like that.
They pet eating them up.
Yeah. So, read. Come on.
God, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Right. When it falleth suddenly upon them, meaning that it's, when death is there, there is no escape. So let's get another thing right. There's no such thing as you escaping death. There's no, I escaped death. No. The Most High got you in the corner pocket exactly where He wanted you. He said corner pocket, He got you in the corner pocket. There ain't no, you know what? I survived. I beat death. There's no beating death. When the Most High calls your number, you're done. Done. Yeah.
You got a scripture for that?
No. Go to... No, because there's a sequence of things that go on here.
Okay.
Go to Ecclesiastes 41:3. Ecclesiastes 41:3.
Ecclesiastes chapter 41 and verse 3.
But let me say this with the scripture, of course, because I don't want everybody to, you know what I mean, get a little wet in their pants. I don't want you to be looking over your shoulders and like, you should be fearing though. What it should do with you is that when you start acting like a little wicked demon, you should be fearing. You know what I mean? Somebody do the knockout game to you. You just be going to the store and what? Pow! And get set in a coma. Hit in your temple. Where do you think that comes from? Brothers and sisters don't understand. Those are demons. Like somebody out of nowhere on a random street while you walking, knock your ass into a coma. Most High's not playing with you. He's not joking. From a damn 15-year-old, you get knocked into a coma. You deserve to be there if you get hit by a 15-year-old. Who in that race? What?
I knew a brother. He knew he was doing wrong, and he would pray before he went to go do the wrong that he was purposely going to go do.
Wow. He's still alive?
Lie.
Okay. Well,
but he didn't die in those times.
Right. That story, yeah, it caught up to him. That's what happened. It caught up to him. It's time, all that wickedness catches up to you. So Ecclesiastes 41:3.
Fear not the sentence of death.
What?
Fear not the sentence of death.
Go ahead.
Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after thee.
So this is not to fear death. This is for you to fear the Most High. Because death is going to come. But you're supposed to fear the Most High. Read it again.
God, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee.
Go ahead.
And that come after.
Right.
For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh.
That's it. This is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. Go to Ecclesiastes 14. Did we? Ecclesiastes
14, 17?
No, 14 and 12. Ecclesiastes 14 and 12.
Ecclesiastes chapter 14, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Remember that death will not be long in coming.
Yeah, remember that. Knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Like, remember when you do and what you do in life, there is repercussions. Right?
God.
The Most High can get you now and He gets you afterwards.
Yes, sir.
David said, you go into the depths of hell, I am there. Who is there? I am. He is there.
He is.
He is. You go into the heights of heaven, He is there. You go into the bottom of the sea, the Most High is right there waiting for you. He's everywhere. There's no escaping. Read it again.
Remember that death will not be long in coming.
Go ahead.
And that the covenant of the grave is not showed unto thee.
Right. And the contract, you don't know when that contract was showed unto you. Right? It's sometimes, man, I dream my death. Sometimes I dream that. I feel like I dreamed it already. But that contract you don't know. Right?
Done.
So we got to understand, we got to live to the, like Paul said, whether we die to the Most High. Whether we live to the Most High. We supposed to be living to the Most High. Y'all got that?
Done.
We supposed to be living for righteousness, man. Don't live like Esau. Esau is what? You only live life once, bruh. YOLO. You doing the damn that dance, jumping out of a car and get hit by a damn another car. You're a dummy, man. No wisdom. Most High said the wicked were gonna die without wisdom. You understand that?
Done.
Read that. Ecclesiastes, you finished that, right?
God.
Ecclesiastes 17, 1 and 2.
Ecclesiastes chapter 17 and verse 1 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
The Lord created man
Right?
of the earth.
Read.
And turned him into it again.
Yeah, and you don't know when that contract is up. But when it's up, it's up. Go ahead.
He gave them a few days.
He what?
He gave them a few days.
Man, we used to live, we were supposed to live 1,000 years. Methuselah died he was the oldest one. He lived 900 and what? Was it 68? You can correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But he lived almost 1,000 years. One day in the sight of the Most High. Now, you live, what's it, 10th?
Yeah.
10th of that, right?
120.
Well, I know my ribs, dad's mom she's almost 100 years old. Chick is walking, breathing. I think the son is going to die first. I'm not lying to you. Serious. It's not a joke, man. But if you live 100 years, healthy, whole body, you're not crunched over and screwed in, that's by the graces of the Lord. That's why you got to use wisdom. It says by wisdom they were saved. Remember, man, that's the only thing that gets us knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. That's the only thing that's going to give you a long life. To be in the graces of the Most High. What was it?
So, no, I was going to say, so basically, she's almost 3 hours old in the eyes of the Most High.
She's almost, who?
You said you're...
Oh, yeah.
She's almost 3 hours old.
Oh, you're doing the calculation.
Oh, yes.
If a day in the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day, and she's 90 something, she's only what?
So,
in the Most High's eyes, she lives how much?
So 125 years is 3 hours.
125 years is only 3 hours in the eyes of the Most High.
Yeah.
If 1,000 years is a day, right? Then I'll say my grandma, right, is what? 3 days old. You don't live nothing. And the Most High said as a grain, you're a speck. So you got to think about it. We were talking about this the other day. It's crazy how much grace the Most High has to have on specks. Like on a speck of the earth. Like who cares about the dirt and the crack between the earth? Not you. Right? Who cares? I mean, some of us like bugs. You see an ant, you're like, ooh, 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 ooh. You playing games with it. And then you're like, ha ha ha. Right? are like an ant to the Most High.
Fingerprint so funny.
Think about that, man. You got to understand that what we are and why we fight for this. That's why nobody can tell me, man, the work we do or what I'm doing. And like I said, if the Bible was a comic book, a lie, then this lie changed my life. I would believe this to the end. I would rather believe this comic book lie than the devil that pulls us out of our cars, shoots us, and kills us like animals in the street. I would rather believe this lie. If nothing was real, which we know is real, because when he said you was going to go into slavery thousands of years ago before it happened, it happened. I would rather believe the lie. And I'm saying that, because how they say, well, the Bible's not real. It was written by man. It's a comic book. Okay. If it's a comic book, that's funny, because the comic book predicted your ass would be in captivity and slavery, and I see it coming. Knock, 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 knocking on
Heaven's door.
Go ahead. Read that. Read on. You're going to read verse 1 and 2. Go ahead.
He gave them 2 days.
Right.
And a short time.
Right.
And power also.
Yeah. 125 years is 3 hours? Are you serious?
God, check it out. 1,000 years is 1 day, 24 hours. 1,440 minutes. 500 years is 12 hours, which is the equivalent.
Okay, bro. All right. You're a math genius. He actually got that wrote down, y'all. So, Bashaba had calculated it, from based on what the Most High told us. If it's 1,000 years a day, we live before the Most High, right? Our day, right? Our 1,000 years, is a day to the Lord. So then he broke that kind of like down.
So like you're 40, your age, you would be 1 hour in the eyes of the Most High.
Wow.
Mary, Sister Mary?
Yeah.
She would be...
Sister Mary's how old?
She would be 2 hours old in the eyes of the Most High.
Sister Mary's what, 80?
80.
That's crazy. Yeah, you can see, man, we're nothing. We're nothing.
Like my son, Ariah, he would be 11 minutes old.
Go to he is 11 minutes old. Go ahead. No, I mean when you look at children, it's almost like that, right? It's like they're just barely here. Like I look at my son, I'm like, he's like 8 months. It's like he hasn't even lived nothing yet, and he's already getting big. But because our life is vanity. I mean, Solomon said it. All is vanity. You know what I mean? He's right in the perspective of, if we ain't got Yahweh Shai at the forefront of our thoughts and our life, then all is vanity. So let's put it into perspective of what he was saying. Because like Paul said, for me to live is Christ. It gotta be, because this world has nothing to offer us. All right, go ahead. Verse 2, go ahead.
And power also over the things therein.
Right. So, all right, go from there. Go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, 8 and 8.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
There is no man that hath power over the Spirit.
Right. There's no man that hath power over the Spirit. You can't. So you know what that means? You're not like, yeah, I escaped death. You can't hold your spirit in. You know what I mean? When you be leaking and your eyes closed, you go into the fourth. The Most High stops that. There ain't no person, man, women that can stop that. Read it again.
God, there is no man that hath power over the Spirit.
Read.
To retain the Spirit.
Read.
Neither hath he power in the day of death.
Right, yeah. You can't escape death. Go ahead.
And there
Stop writing and read.
God, and there is no discharge in that war.
Read.
Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it.
Yeah, so that ain't gonna help you get out. If anything ain't gonna help you get out of that death-defying situation, it's not wickedness. Go to Ecclesiastes 3 verse 17.
Ecclesiasticus.
No, this is Ecclesiastes, I think it is. Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 17.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 17. Go ahead.
I said in my heart,
right?
The Most High shall judge the righteous.
He shall do what?
Judge the righteous.
Go ahead.
And the wicked.
He will what?
And the wicked.
Judge the righteous and the wicked. Go ahead.
For there is a time wherefore every purpose and for every work.
Again. There's a time. Go ahead.
There is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
You know, all it takes is timing. You end up at the right place at the right time. That's how the Most High deals with man. There is no coincidence. There is no mistake. There is no nothing but he had it coming to him. She had it coming to her. Go ahead.
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
Go ahead.
That the Most High might manifest them.
Right.
And that they might see that they themselves are beasts. God damn.
He said he wanted to reveal to you, you're an animal, man. And we know without the Lord, without the law, without the wisdom, we are beasts. Why do you think it said, let the multitude perish because they're born in vain? That as a drop to a wave, that's how many are going to be saved. Yeah, you meditate on it as a drop to a wave. Oh, a drop to a wave is nothing. Billions of people are not going to return, this is a comic book, this is fake, ha 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 ha, yeah, the Most High just going to get me. You know how many people think like that? There's a lot of people that don't understand the consequences of what happens here on this earth and what is going to happen to you after death. They don't understand that. They think it's a joke. Why? We're going to go there. Go ahead, read.
And I'm going to read it from the top.
Go ahead.
And I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
Go ahead.
That the Most High might manifest them. And that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Right.
Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts.
Yeah, remember I quoted it, right? That what falls the sons of men falls beasts. What happened? A dog, they get hit by a car, guess what? You might just go out the same way as a dog. At least sometimes they don't even get picked up. You at least get picked up, right? Go ahead. Sometimes.
Even one thing befalleth them.
Go ahead.
As the one dieth.
Right.
So died the other.
Right.
Yea, they have all one breath.
Read.
So that a man hath no preeminence above a beast.
Right. No preeminence of beasts. Go ahead.
For all is vanity.
Right. Right. Where are you at right now?
That was the end of verse 19.
Right. Read on.
Verse 20.
Right.
All go unto one place.
Go ahead.
All are of the dust.
Right. So, man, we go right back to the dust. Go ahead.
And all turn to dust again.
Read.
Who knoweth the spirit of a man that goeth upward?
So your spirit, right to the Most High. Go ahead.
And the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth.
Right. Now, we're going to go a little further into death and shows you what happened to your spirit. All right. Show you that there's a process when you die. Okay. So it says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast goes what? Down.
Downward.
Downward meaning that the Most High don't have a place where spiritual dogs are and spiritual cats are. They spirits probably just do go into a mist. Right? Like the white man thinks our spirit goes. Animals. He's telling us here, their spirit goes downward to the earth. So, go from there. Go to Job 34:13. So we know that man's spirit, when you die, your spirit goes to the Most High. Your spirit goes right to the Creator. Go ahead.
Job chapter 34 and verse 13.
Go ahead. Verse 14.
Verse 14. if he set his heart upon man.
You know what that means? That means when he noticed you, he noticed it's your time. He noticed that, you know what, there's no return. He noticed that you got to come to him now. Go ahead.
If he gather unto himself his spirit.
If he doeth what?
Gather unto himself his spirit.
So he gathers your spirit to him. Because the Most High is the Father of spirits. Go ahead.
And his breath.
And his what?
His breath.
Yeah, that's when you get that. That's it. It's done. There ain't no I escape death. There ain't none of that. The Most High, when he wants that breath, he takes it. Verse 15.
Verse 15.
Go ahead.
For all flesh shall perish together.
Right.
And man shall turn again into dust.
Right. So let's go through this. We're going to show through the scriptures what happens when your spirit goes to the Most High. When you die. And what we're going to do is we're going to get 3 scriptures. We're going to go to Psalms 104 verse 29. We're going to go to Psalms 104 verse 29 and then Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. So give me those 2 scriptures. We're going to read these together and put these precepts together.
Psalm chapter 104 verse 29.
Right, and then Lamad, get me Ecclesiastes 12. This is in the Bible. Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. Read that. So what happens? Read that.
Psalm chapter 104 verse 29.
Go ahead.
Thou hidest thy face.
Right. So Psalms 104 verse 29, it says, what does the Most High do?
Thou hidest thy face.
The Most High doeth what?
Hidest thy face.
When is your spirit, when is it done?
Thou.
When the Most High hides his face. All the crying, all the yelling, all the screaming, oh Lord, please help me. When he turns his back, that's it. It says he hides his face. Go ahead.
They are troubled.
They are what?
They are troubled.
Yeah, meaning that the Most High is not looking at you no more. He don't give his angels charge over you. He sent that spirit of death for you. Go ahead.
Thou takest away their breath.
Right. You take away their breath. He takes away your breath. Go ahead.
They die.
They what?
They die.
Read.
And return to their dust.
And return to the dust. So you die. The breath leaves you. Your body returns to the dust. But Ecclesiastes 12:6 is going to tell us what happens when your body returns to the dust. Where does your spirit go? Read that. Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 6.
Go ahead.
Or ever the silver cord be loose.
Right. So what happens is there's a silver cord. You don't see it. There's a spiritual umbilical cord that you got connecting to the Most High. See, this is why there's no I escape death. You could be in a coma and still alive. Why? Because your spirit's not gone. There's a spiritual umbilical cord. So when for your breath to leave you and you're gone, it says the cord be what?
Loose.
Go ahead.
Or the golden bowl be broken.
Right, or the golden bowl. Why? Because a bowl does what? It holds things. But this bowl represented you hold the Most High holding your spirit. So if that bowl is broken, what happens? If you break a glass, if you break a bowl, the thing in it is gonna let loose. Right? Go ahead.
Or the pitcher be broken.
Go ahead.
At the fountain, or the wheel broken at the
cistern.
Cistern.
So if you see your wheel, if your wheel is broken at the axle, could you just glue that back on?
Wow.
Could you just put that back on?
Wow.
It's done. There's no way. Yeah, you could get another bowl and put the spirit in there, which we're going to find out. You can get another glass, but that body is gone. Go ahead.
Then shall the dust return to the earth.
So you die, your spirit, your body goes to the dust returns to the earth. Go ahead.
As it was.
Read.
And the spirit shall return unto Yahweh.
The spirit turns where?
Unto Yahweh.
The spirit returns to the Most High. Go ahead.
Who gave it?
Right. The spirit goes right back to the Most High. Y'all see that?
Come.
Now go back to Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, Psalms 104 verse 30. Go ahead.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
But wait a minute. So now we're going into what they call reincarnation, but the Bible calls regeneration. So I told you when we were going to keep transitioning. So we talk about the Most High brings death. We talked about being death coming upon all men. Now we're talking about what happens when you die. You die. Your spirit, that spiritual umbilical cord is cut. Your body goes to the dust. Your spirit goes to the Most High. Okay? But then there's a little thing here that Solomon is dropping on us. He said, what?
Thou sendest forth thy spirit.
Right? He sendeth forth the spirit. Go ahead.
They are created.
They are what?
They are created.
Because the Most High can send forth back that spirit to be created, to be renewed. We're in Ecclesiastes.
Proverbs,
I'm sorry.
Proverbs,
Psalms 104 verse 30. Forgive me.
Question.
We're at Psalms 104 verse 30. Yeah.
Are we transitioning now into reincarnation?
We're transitioning into regeneration. We're not going to use that word. We're not going to use that word because right here in the Bible word is what?
Regeneration.
The Bible word is regeneration. So when you look up regeneration, listen, check this out. Very simple. Google it right now. You got it up?
Well, I was Googling early and there's two different definitions for them.
I got it right here. Reformed or created again. Reformed or created again. Of course, you got spiritually reborn. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the reborn or created again. This is the definition of regeneration. So we know that when you die, your spirit goes to the Most High. But he can do what? Call forth for that spirit. And it says what?
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
Renewest how? Who is it renewed to? You. Because every time you come, everything's new to you. You don't remember the past. The Most High don't give you that. Right? Does anybody remember their past life?
Lie.
The Most High strips you from that. But he can send forth your spirit and it renews in the earth. Go to 2 Corinthians 5 verse 1. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 1. So we know when the spirit goes to the Most High, he has power over it.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved.
Right. If your earthly house was dissolved. You can't listen to the white man. They tell you that there's no such thing as a soul. They tell you that. There's no such thing as a soul. It's just all electric signals. If there's no such thing as a soul, then why when I sleep, when the body is sleeping, there's still activity going on in your mind? Is it all just signals? Or is that now you're in that soul body in your mind? How many of y'all ever was in your body and it felt like you left your body? Right? And I'm not saying it was a dream. I'm saying literally. You left your body and started looking at your body. Come on. I know there's a lot of us. Why? Because the Most High is showing you the body can detach from the soul. The soul can detach from the body. See? So read it again.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1.
Then give me Job 12 and 10. Go ahead.
For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved,
Go ahead.
we have a building of the Most High.
We have a what?
A building of the Most High.
That's your soul. That is your soul. That's why we can't escape the Most High. What the hell you think you're going to run, man? The Most High created your soul. He created you a light being before you even were created in this meat bag. Right? Just the meat bag. Read.
And house not made with hands.
Yeah, that house wasn't made with hands. Read.
Eternal in the heavens.
Wait a minute. The soul is what?
Eternal in the heavens.
The spirit is what?
Eternal in the heavens.
Your soul is eternal in the heavens. So when you die, your spirit goes back to the Most High. It's eternal. There's no running. The spirit don't die. It can be punished. The Most High can destroy your soul if he wants to. I mean, you must have to be filthy for him to just wipe out your soul. Right? But he has that power. Job 12 and 10.
Job chapter 12, verse 10.
Go ahead.
In whose hand is the soul?
In whose hand is the what?
In whose hand is the soul?
Go ahead.
Of every living thing.
Read.
And the breath.
And
the breath of all mankind.
So your soul is in the hand of the Most High. So when we talk about the spiritual heaven, your soul goes to that heaven if you're righteous. If not, it goes to the spiritual hell. Remember, there's a resemblance for everything that's here on earth. What is bound in heaven is bound on earth. That's why he says heaven is going to be, earth is going to be like heaven. But right now it looks like what? Hell. Hell. You understand that?
Come on.
So go to Matthew 19:28. So let's talk about this regeneration. I'm going to read it again. Regeneration. Now that we know where your soul goes to, now that we know the Father of spirits control you, right? When you look up this word, regeneration or regenerate, formed or created again, spiritually reborn or converted, restored to a better or higher. But we know this is not just a conscious thing. This is a really spiritual thing. Your soul goes to the Most High, and he can create you again. He can bring you back in the earth. You understand that?
Come on.
Now, how do we know that? Read this.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 28.
Yeah.
And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you,
Right?
that ye which have followed me,
Ye have followed Christ in 3 BC, right? 3-4 BC, right? Read.
in the regeneration.
That was when he was around born. It had to be a little further than that. You know what I mean? The Roman Empire ruled 27 BC. Right?
Gone.
So, think about it. Think about it. He said, y'all that whooped me here in 27 BC, and you can correct me on my date for all you scholars. All right, go ahead.
In the regeneration.
In the what?
Regeneration.
In the what?
Regeneration.
Regeneration says, regeneration is formed or created again. To be formed, and I looked it up. I think I looked it up especially in the Merriam. But it says form. You got it up there too? It says form or created again. So he says, no one that's with me here in 27 BC. Is it 27 BC? I'm asking you, Allison.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's around 27 BC. No one that is formed, I'm asking you the date of the Roman Empire. No one that is formed now, right? You're serving me now. Paul, Peter, John, Matthew, Bartholomew, right? All these brothers, Philip, right? Y'all serving me now in 27 BC is what? Read.
In the regeneration.
In the renewal, or when you're created again. Go ahead.
When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
Right.
Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones.
Right.
Judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Why? Because what's going to happen for them to sit on those thrones? They're going to have to be recreated again. You understand that?
None.
So resurrection is a form of I'm trying to stay away from that word because it ain't in the Bible. They call it reincarnation, reincarnate, right? Or to be recreated, right? Same thing, but I want to use the biblical word. So your spirit comes back. That means that what? All these prophets will do what? Come back. Now, let me say this. There's some that he told they won't come back. There's some that he said, you're going to stay with me. I'm going to keep you in everlasting profoundness. Because I'm not going to send you back to that earth. That crazy ass place down there. Some, not all. We're going to touch on that. But first we're finding out this word regeneration means to recreate. Go to Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. So how do we know? How do we know that the Most High says, how do we know that we come back? Well, first of all,
It was 227.
go to Ecclesiastes 227 BC.
227.
227 BC. Okay. Go to Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9.
Well, how do we know we were here? How do we know that it's true according to the Bible? Right? Just with these basic scriptures we're reading. Watch. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
The thing that had been, it is that which shall be.
What thing? Did he specifically say what thing it was?
La.
He's saying all things. Read it again.
The thing that had been.
Right?
It is that which shall be.
The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. You've been here. You served the Most High. Now you're back what? Doing it again. Maybe you had to go through the rough patch. Why? Because you did make mistakes. Who knows? The Most High. But you back here doing it again. The thing that have what?
The thing that had been. It is that which shall be.
Right. It is that which shall be. So, you die now. If Yahweh Shai don't come back for another 1,000 years, and he says he wants your spirit to be in this earth, to proclaim, to teach, to do his will, you're going to come back. You understand that?
God!
All right. Let's make it a little simpler. Go to Ephesians 1 and verse 4. Check this out. I'm going to show y'all something. Ephesians 1 verse 4.
Ephesians chapter 1 verse 4.
Go ahead.
According as he had chosen us in his before.
Right, no. Read it again. Project your voice. Read louder. Go ahead.
Come on, Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1.
Ephesians 1 and 4. Go ahead.
Oh, Salah. According as he hath chosen us in him.
Right, so he has what?
Chosen us in him.
Right.
Before the
what?
Before.
What?
Before.
What?
Before.
He chose us where?
Before.
Read.
The foundation of the world.
Wait a minute. So he chose you before the foundation of the world. Now I'm going to mess with you now. Did that only mean the brothers back then? Or is he talking, writing this during these times in Ephesia? Is he saying that only meant to those people then? Or did he mean to the generation that was going to come? Right? Think about it. Because if it was only to them back then what about us now? This don't apply to us? He already told us we were going to be serving him in the generations to come. Y'all get this?
Done.
All right, read on.
That we should be holy and without blame.
Read.
Before him in love.
Read.
Having predestinated.
He had what?
Having predestinated.
The Most High predestinated you. That means what? You were here. You've been here. There's nothing new under heaven. The Most High always needed the prophets to come back. How do we know that? Go from there, go to 1 Corinthians 14:32. How do we know that? 1 Corinthians 14:32. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the proving there's a such thing as regeneration, or what they call out there reincarnation. How do we know that? First of all, he already said he already said, the thing that hath been, it shall be. If you were created back then, it shall be. You're going to be created again. If you die now, when Yahweh Shai comes back, and in the kingdom to come, you're trying to tell me we don't get a chance in the kingdom to come? That we're doing all this work. I want y'all to think about this. If there's no reincarnation, if there's no regeneration, so you do all this work, you die now, and all the glory of the kingdom, the power, the rulership on earth, we don't get none of that? The Most High would be alive. Everything you're fighting for is to be in this kingdom. That's why you have to understand what he was telling them. Yeah, you're going to serve me in the kingdom to come. Y'all get this?
Come.
Oh, who doesn't? Questions. If y'all got questions online, ask. Everybody's clear in here, right?
Come.
All right, so read that. 1 Corinthians 14:32. Then give me St. John 14:26.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 32.
Go ahead.
And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
The what?
The spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Why? Why does it say that? The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. Because the Most High predestinated you. Your soul, created from the beginning of time, identifies with this Bible because it was already spoken to you. You already agree with it. Now, let's go into it. Read 14 and 26. St. John 14:26.
St. John chapter 14, verse 26.
Go ahead.
But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit.
Right, so the Comforter is the Holy Spirit. Read.
Whom the Father will send in my name.
Go ahead.
He shall teach you all things.
So the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, which we know is a word, he will do what?
He shall teach you all things.
Read.
And bring all things to your remembrance.
So who is he talking to? For you to have to remember something, you had to what?
Had known it.
You had to know it. You had to be there. So who is he talking to? If there's no regeneration, no, these are just the ones to get y'all to say, I can see that, but I'm not sure. These are those scriptures. I'm letting the other ones wait to build up. 14:26 is telling us that it will bring things to your remembrance. Remember what? If you were never here before, What is he bringing to my remembrance? Oh, well, when you was in the spiritual realm, he told you. But the Holy Spirit, Yahweh Shai, came down, and the Holy Spirit was left for the people here on earth, which is this, right?
Come.
Now, you can say, well, yeah, that was in the fourth dimension. Like, okay, good. But he was talking to those apostles there, that their spirit will agree with the Holy Spirit. That was in the Roman Empire. Well, how about you? You trying to tell me it only applies to them? Why are all things come to your remembrance? Because it agrees with your spirit. You knew about it. You recognize it. You were there with Christ. You were the righteous during that time. You were the righteous in the wilderness. And the Most High what? He keeps bringing you back because the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. Who else is going to teach? Who else is going to do his will? The chosen. That's who. Because he predestinated you from the beginning to do this work. Read. Where you at?
Last verse of 26.
Okay, go from there. Go to Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. Ecclesiastes 6 verse 10.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
That which had been is named already.
Wait a minute. Why he keep saying that? Now, you can try to pick and choose. See, brothers can try to use that and say, well, I'm picking and choose what is, what had been. But when Solomon is dropping this, did he define and say, oh, it was only this? It was only apples. They were then and they're going to be back? Or was he talking about everything? You understand?
John.
He was talking about everything. Everything from the old is back. Whatever you want to pin on it. The transportation, the word transportation. Cars were back then. But not like that. It was a way to transport.
John.
Right? We had horses back then. Well, what about flying? Were they flying back then? They were using blimps. We were doing things before the white man came around. Do not be deceived. The Wright brothers weren't the only ones that learned how to fly in the air. Right? Oh, that's when the first plane was created. It wasn't the Aztecs knew about these things way before them. Solomon knew about it way back before them. So you can't say, oh, you know what? Oh, it only came about. I always said, they found toothbrushes, ancient toothbrushes. You think Solomon was walking around with dirty teeth? And then only when the white man came, he was like, see, now we civilize. He told us how to be. No, the white man didn't come up with it. The point is this. Everything from the old, we already did it, been there, done that. Including your spirit, including your soul. Go ahead.
That which had been is named already.
Go ahead.
And it is known that it is man.
It is known as it is what?
It is man.
Wait a minute. I don't think they got it. Y'all didn't just catch that, did y'all? Y'all didn't see it. Read it again.
That which had been
is named already. Uh-huh.
And it is known that it is man.
It is known that your man, you have been named already. Your spirit has already been here. It already's been here, been in the beginning, it's been in the past. You understand that? No?
Come on.
Okay, go from there. Go to, I already dropped that one. Go to Ecclesiastes 3:15.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15.
And then we're going to go into straight out facts. Straight out facts. Straight to the point that the Most High said that the Bible talks about regeneration. What they call reincarnation. Straight facts, straight to the point. if these precepts, you're not seeing them, we're going to go straight to the point. But these are telling you that the Most High He's already ordained our soul, our spirit from the past. You already agree with this knowledge because you're from the past. And the wicked too, they don't agree. Why? Because they were wicked from the past. They're not going to see it. So read that, Ecclesiastes 3 verse 15 to give me Malachi.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
That which had been is now.
That would what?
That which had been is now.
Read it again.
That which had been is now.
Okay, y'all, do y'all get it now? Are y'all seeing it now? That which had been is now. That wasn't just when he wrote this verse. He was showing us that we have been, all that is old has been new. Go ahead.
And that which is to be has already been.
Wait a minute. That which is to be, meaning those spirits up in the fourth dimension, will be. Now, how do we know that? Go to Malachi 4, verse 5. Go to Malachi 4, verse 5.
Malachi chapter 4, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I will send.
Malachi 4. Ariah, you read that. Malachi 4 and 5. Then give me Matthews 11 and 11. Let's go straight to the point on this. So we went over death. We went over where your spirit goes to. Now we're going over that your soul does come back. Okay? Then we're going to get to the hell part. Okay? So read that.
You said Malachi.
Malachi 4 verse 5. That's it.
Mine is covered.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Wait a minute. So Elijah will what?
Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Wait a minute. So let's find out. Is this talking about reincarnation or regeneration? Right? Or is it talking about resurrection? Oh yeah, he's going to come back before Christ come back. Elijah's already been here. But he's died. He's been regenerated. He's going to come back before the great and dreadful day, right? Okay. Go ahead.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children.
Right.
And the heart of the children to their fathers.
Right. So, remember, he's going to come back and he's going to turn the heart of the people. How do you think we got the truth? How do you think this knowledge got out? How do you think you're hearing you're a Hebrew Israelite? Because Elijah had to come. The spirit of Elijah had to be in a man and come and teach us who we are. Now go from there, go to Matthew 11:11. Read that. Matthew 11, verse 11.
Matthew chapter 11, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Verily I say unto you,
go ahead.
Among them that are born of women,
right,
there has not risen a greater than John the Baptist.
Right, so there's not risen greater a person than John the Baptist. Go ahead.
Notwithstanding,
right,
he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he.
Read.
And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence.
Go ahead.
And the violent taketh by force.
Read.
And all the prophets and the law prophesied until John.
Read.
And if ye will receive it.
And if you what?
And if ye will receive it.
Right. Now, Malachi told us Elijah was going to come back. Now, I don't got the date offhand where Malachi was written, but let's think about it somewhere back in the Babylonian Assyrian Empire, probably. So ask yourself, Malachi prophesied that Elijah will return. Right? We know it wasn't by no chariots and thousands of chariots, because if that was the case, then we would have seen him. Okay? So when was he going to return? And how many times was he going to return? Right? Unless there's some resurrection valley to where Elijah's coming out the ground. It says, if you will receive it, read.
This is Elijah.
Wait a minute. So the spirit of Elijah was in John the Baptist. Right, exactly. Like, huh? Yes. The prophecy was that Elijah would come back before the great and dreadful day. Right?
Come.
Christ said that if you can receive it, because a lot can't, that Elijah is John the Baptist. Why? Why? Y'all lost?
Because he
What?
regenerated.
Because he came back as John the Baptist.
Come.
He came back. If there was no regeneration, if there was no reincarnation, it would not be no Elijah coming back. It would have said, oh, he's going to be resurrected in the end. He's saying, if you can receive it, John the Baptist is Elijah. Because the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. The spirit of Elijah came as John the Baptist to what? To bring the minds of the people back to the knowledge, to prepare the way for Yahweh Shai. Now here's the kicker. That great and dreadful day wasn't during his time. It wasn't during Christ's time. The great and dreadful day that Malachi prophesied about was during when? Our time. It's during the last. I'm hoping this is the last days.
Come.
But we know that now accumulating to the end, right, is the last time. So what had to happen according to the prophecy?
Elijah had to come back.
He had to come back. And he did. He came back through John the Baptist. And he came back during this time. Lord knows what man it was. But we know we got the truth. We got the truth by that. If the Bible said he was going to come back and he was going to bring the hearts back to the people, why did you find out you was an Israelite? Because the Bible said it would happen. You understand that? That's why I said we can go through the other scriptures. These scriptures are straight to the point. Christ telling you himself that there's a such thing as regeneration. Us coming back. Us living new lives again as the prophets. Y'all see that? All right, if you don't worry. You write it down, you read it, you go in your closet and read it again. Because if it's meant for you, like Christ said, if you can receive it, this is John the Baptist. All right, go to Mark 1 and 2.
Mark chapter 1 and verse 2.
Right.
As it is written in the prophets, behold,
right,
I send my messenger
right,
before thy face,
right,
which shall prepare thy way before thee.
He's giving you another precept to show you that he's prophesied that Elijah will come. That messenger came through who? It came through John. Go back to Malachi. Go back to Malachi.
John.
3 verse 1, and you're going to read it again.
You said start.
Malachi 3 verse 1.
Malachi chapter 3 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I will send my messenger.
I will do what?
Send my messenger.
Go ahead.
And he shall prepare the way before me.
Go ahead.
And the Lord, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple.
Right.
Even the messenger of the covenants, whom ye delight in.
Right. So these messengers was prophesied. Y'all have to understand, man, the Most High chose us from the foundation of the earth. And like I said, if Yahweh Shai don't come back for another 1,000 years, guess what? He's gonna he might resend you to do his will here on this earth. Because the righteous are going to fulfill his will. The righteous are going to teach his knowledge, going to raise his people up, going to go out here in the streets and be stoned, persecuted, be killed, be brought before judges, right? Because that's what you were chosen for from the foundation. foundation of the earth. Matthew 17 and 10. Matthew 17 and 10.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And his disciples asked him, saying,
Right.
Why then say the scribes of Elijah must come first?
Right. You see that? So the Pharisees asked this. I want y'all to listen. The Pharisees asked him, why do the scribes, the ones in the law, say that Elijah must come first? Now, where did we just read that? Are y'all awake?
God.
Okay, where did we just read that Elijah must come first?
Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Right. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 1.
Right. So we just read that according to Malachi 4 and 5, that Elijah must come first, right?
God.
So the question they're asking is what in the scriptures. Read it again.
God. And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then say the scribes
right.
that Elijah must first come?
Right. So think about it. Yahushua being the Son of God. If there was no such thing as reincarnation, if there was no such thing as regeneration, right? Yahushua would have said, yeah, but Elijah's dead. He's going to be resurrected in the end. Right? He would have said something else. Oh yeah, we don't believe in that. We don't believe in that. The heathens teach that. No, the scriptures teach this. Read.
John, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered and said unto him,
yeah,
Elijah truly shall first come.
Right. What did Yahushua say?
Truly shall first come.
Wait a minute. Read it again.
Elijah truly shall first come.
So Elijah, first of all, we're talking about a dead person here. If y'all don't get this. If y'all are slow, we're talking about someone that died a long time ago. So Elijah shall what?
Truly first come.
Go ahead.
And restore all things.
Read.
But I say unto you,
read,
that Elijah has come already.
Wait a minute. How many times he's going to come? How many times the Most High sends him? How many times the Most High sends that spirit back? You understand that?
Right.
This is what we knew as Hebrews, that your spirit can come back. Now, I'm going to say it again. Not all. Some souls, he don't send you back into this filthy earth. Some, he leaves you where in the chambers that the Most High has prepared for the righteous. We're going to touch on that. Well, I wanted to get this out again. How many times Elijah come back? How many times this dead man that died, that was taken up, going to come back? He said he already came, and he's going to come. Why? Because the prophecy was that he was needed to come to bring back the heart of the people, right?
Done.
So now we understand why it says, go to Exodus 20 verse 5. Exodus 20 verse 5.
God, Exodus chapter 20 verse 5.
Exodus 20 verse 5. Read that.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
Any other gods? Go ahead.
For the Lord thy God am a jealous God.
Read.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
Doing what?
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
Right. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Okay. Dealing with visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Go ahead.
Upon the children.
Right.
Unto the third and fourth generation.
You know why he said that? Because how could I get you? How could I get you? How are you never going to escape the Most High? You understand? How? Because when you come back, he will pay you back for what you've done. The Most High will get you. And guess what? Why are we here in captivity? Because we are our forefathers that were rebellious, stubborn. We are the righteous ones that listen and that are not stubborn. Like time will tell, right? He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. But the Most High will get you no matter which way. He'll get you to the third and fourth generation when you come back. Now, go to John 9:1. All right, if y'all still didn't get the Elijah thing, if out of Christ's mouth you didn't understand that a dead man was going to come back, not in resurrection. Y'all got to put this aside. Resurrection, we're going to talk about that. That's in the last time, in the last trump, where the ones that are in the grave, they literally come out of the grave. He didn't say that about Elijah. He said Elijah will come. And Elijah has already came. And how was John the Baptist born? He was born as a baby. He grew up as a man. Right? So he was regenerated. Elijah was regenerated in this body. Y'all get that? All right. So for the ones that are not clear, how about one more nail in the coffin? John.
St. John, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Because you didn't get that there's nothing new under the heavens. Okay? You didn't get, I'm just saying, if you didn't get it. You didn't get all things are old and the past will be now. You didn't get that. Alright? You didn't get Yahushua saying, Elisha is here, he's coming, he's now, and he's going to come. You didn't get that. Alright? Let's try the last one. If you don't get this, you got to pray to the Most High. He revealed to you the secrets of the servants, the prophets. Go to John 9:1. Read that.
And as Yahushua passed by,
right,
he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Right.
And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin?
Right.
This man.
Stop. Now we're understanding that this man was what?
Blind.
From his birth.
Come on.
Blind from his birth.
Right. This man was blind from his birth. How could he have sinned?
Good.
That don't make any sense.
God.
How could what should have been said to what Yahushua say if regeneration, which is in the Bible, what did it say the definition was? Let me read it for y'all again. If regeneration is not in the Bible, first of all, why is that word there? Number one, formed or created again. If regeneration only meant reincarnation, which is, a resurrection, then why did Yahushua say, hold on here, hold on. There's no possibility he could not have sinned because he was not yet born. And then moved on into another topic, right?
Good.
But Yahushua entertains this. Why? Because we knew that we live other lives. Yahushua should have shut it down. He didn't shut it down with the Elijah thing. He already told you that. But he could have shut it down here and said, wait a minute. What are y'all talking about? We don't believe in that. Read it again.
And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin?
Right.
This man?
Wait, what are y'all talking about, disciples? Who taught y'all that? That's heathenistic. That's a foreign ideal. That's what he should have said, right?
God.
If it was wrong. Like, why would he sin when he just was born? You know why I'm doing that? Because to show you how retarded people don't listen to what the scripture says. It's saying plainly right there, this man sinned and he wasn't even born. How would they even assume that if they didn't understand that you can sin for your past things you've done? Right? In the spiritual realm and be brought in the physical and now have to pay for it in the physical. Go ahead.
Master, who did sin?
Go ahead.
This man or his parents?
Now it's telling you what? You could pay what we just read in Exodus 20. You could pay for your father's and your mother's sins. You could pay for their sins. Right? Go ahead.
That he he was born blind.
Right, but Yahushua corrects all of them. Go ahead.
Yahushua answered, neither has this man
Neither
sinned.
what? Neither what?
Neither has this man sinned.
Go ahead.
Nor his parents.
Go ahead.
But that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him.
Right, but the works of the Most High may be manifest in him. So he's saying specifically, this one right here was, so when I come, I can go ahead and heal this one. So just showing you, man, the idea of us understanding that we come back, we renew the face of the earth, being in new bodies. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. It's in the scriptures. It's in the Bible. All right, go from there. Go to all right, go from there. Go to 2nd Ezra 4, verse 35. So now we're going to talk about not everybody sent back. Not everybody. The Most High, some special, some of his chosen, he doesn't send back. But somebody got to do the work. Right? Go to 2nd Ezra 4, 4 verse 35.
2nd Ezra, chapter
4:35.
2nd Ezra 4 and 35.
For the grain of evil seed has been sown in the heart.
Bro, you gotta read with some spirit, Come on, I need the Lamad back. Come on. Read with some spirit, soul, conviction, life. Or sit down. Pick and choose. Which one?
2nd Ezra, chapter 4,
there you go.
verse 30.
The Lord is a man of war. We're warriors. There you go.
35.
Go ahead. 35. Go.
35. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask questions?
That's right. See, that's how you read, You know what I mean? Listen, you see people in here already got demons on them. They're already bored. You don't want to bore them to death. Right? Go ahead. Read.
Did not the soul also of the righteous ask questions?
Now, listen to this clearly. The soul of the what?
Righteous.
The soul of the righteous what?
Ask questions.
Read.
Of these things in their chambers.
Right, in their what?
In their chambers.
So, the souls, we're talking about supernatural. It's not bodies. It's saying the souls of the righteous ask this. In their chambers. So there's a place where the righteous are set. When we go into the hell, you're going to find out that place. When we go into the spiritual heaven, you're going to find out that place. These souls are in a place. And they ask a question. What question did they ask? Go ahead.
Say, how long shall I hope on this fashion?
How long shall I hope on the things that are going to come to pass? How long I got to deal with this? How long are we going to be here and not see the glory and the power of what the Most High promised? This is what they ask. Go ahead.
When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward.
You see that? Because they're waiting to what? Be resurrected. They're waiting to come back. What?
So can I ask the question can they see what's going on right now in this time? If they're asking, obviously.
They're asking. I don't know about seeing what's happening.
Right.
You're gonna make me speak on something I don't know. We don't know. Right now, he's saying they want to know when is our time gonna be resurrected and the glory of those things promised. Right? What?
So that means that they understand that fulfillment or where they're at is not going to be their end place.
Nah, it's not going to be their end place. They understand it.
They got the kingdom.
Right, they got the kingdom.
Or the kingdom's to come.
The kingdom to come. Exactly. Watch, read down. Go ahead.
Verse 36. And unto these things Uriel, the archangel.
Right, so this is the archangel speaking to them. Right now, this is the angel telling us about something that we don't know about. But he's telling us about the account of when the souls of the righteous ask, hey, When is the fruit of the things and the fashion of this world going to pass away and the things promised to us going to happen? Right? And Uriel said, what?
Gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you,
right?
For he hath weighed the world in the balance.
Right. When the seeds is talking about the righteous that are sealed, right? 144,000. So he was letting them know when your chambers, when the Most High has what is prepared for the righteous to be ready, then the things will happen. Then the things will come. Now, go to Revelation 6 and 9.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 9.
Right, because that's in the Apocrypha. Let's show you, right? Because some people are like, well, where's that in the scriptures? The Apocrypha is the scriptures. Well, we're going to go to Revelation 6 and 9 and show you anyway. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 9.
Go ahead.
And when he had opened the fifth seal,
right,
I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High.
So the Most High has certain souls not coming back down here. You understand? But we know Elijah came back. He was righteous. Right? We know the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets. We know this. Somebody got to get this job done, right?
God.
So if he chose us from the foundation of the earth, the righteous gotta come back and do the will of the Most High. Y'all see that? But
God.
not all are sent back. He said these souls are under the altar of the Most High. Go ahead.
And for the testimony which they held.
Right.
Verse 10.
And
they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord?
Wait a minute. So even John the Revelator was reminding us the same thing that Ezra just prophesied. They said what?
How long, O Lord?
What did these souls say?
How long, O Lord?
Yeah, he said, how long, O Lord? Like everybody wants to know, how long are we going to wait? How long is it for when Yahushua come back? Not only here on earth, but even in the spiritual realm. So these souls are asking that. Go ahead.
Holy and true.
Right?
Doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
You see that? Con. So we know not everybody was going to come back. Listen, go to 2nd Ezra 14 and 9.
2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 9.
Ezra didn't come back. Right? Like Ishai was telling me, he was like, I don't see the Virgin Mary coming back, growing up in the hood, and having niggas whistle at her and being on welfare. I said, you kind of got a point. She is the mother of Yahushua. Right? You got to see that the Most High, he ain't sending everybody back, but he is sending back the ones that need to get the job done. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a Kanye West song.
Which one?
What you just said. He said when Mary was in the club.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And I don't think Yeshai knew that either. I think Kanye had to steal it from him then. No, but he said that to me the other day. I'm like, all right. And then the precepts confirmed it. That not all, those ones in the chambers, the ones that are, there's certain righteous in these chambers that are still there saying, listen, when is it going to be our time? Revelation is saying the same thing. Now, Ezra is also coming back, and the angel tells him, read this, 2nd Ezra 14 and 9.
For thou shalt be taken away from all.
Go ahead.
And from henceforth,
right,
thou shalt remain with my son.
Right. Listen. Y'all listen to this?
God.
Y'all getting it?
God.
Read it again.
For thou shalt be taken away from all.
Right.
And from henceforth, thou shalt remain with my son.
Go ahead.
And with such as be like thee, until the times be ended.
You see that? So he was telling him, you're not gonna be sent back. You're gonna remain with Yahushua until the end. Y'all get that?
Come on.
So everybody, the Most High, however he proportions it, you know, everybody is not reincarnated. The Most High preserves some, leaves some back, pushes some out there, right? Y'all get that?
Come
All right. So, you were gonna say something?
No, it's like like in the military, you just send out your grunts. You know, you got the Marine Corps, the Navy, but with the Marine Corps, the Army going first.
Right.
When they can't do the mission, they send in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Then you got the other little stragglers, but that's what it seems like, you know. Almost.
Yeah. I mean, listen, for him to send Elijah back,
right?
You know.
The general.
Yeah, he sent him back. You know, and Elijah was righteous. But like you said, it makes a good point. Like he sent back the ones that needed to handle the job here and now and teach his word. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. Right? So now we're gonna what time is it? Ooh. If I go into the resurrection, I ain't gonna have time. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to end it here, because if I go into the resurrection, then it's gonna like cut off in the middle. But if we stop it here, we can end with death. Death and regeneration. Regeneration. We can end it with death and regeneration on this topic, and then come back and do resurrection and then hell. Right? I wanted to fit it all in one class, but this is going to take another, 2.5 hours? What?
So resurrection is dealing with
See, that's why I said reincarnation is not resurrection. The definition of when you look up regeneration, check this out. Regeneration is formed or created again. See, right? Resurrection is you're in the grave. Right now, regeneration is a form of resurrection.
Spirit.
What do you mean? No, don't confuse yourself.
Okay.
Regeneration is talking about formed or created again.
Okay.
Where he said in Ecclesiastes 12 and 10, right. He said 12, 9 and 10, Psalms 104, okay. Where he says your breath goes into your breath leaves, body to the dust, spirit to the Most High, right?
God.
Then he says he renews the face of the earth, right? When he calls man again, and he says they are created. That's regeneration, right? Because they're recreated. Now you have to come back through the baby process again. Resurrection is you gonna die in that body, right? And you gonna come and be raised in that, like these souls, right. The ones that the Most High has prepared, right. The ones that haven't came back, they're gonna come back and be renewed in that same body they died in, and they're gonna come back before us. So, and we'll go over that in the next one. But like I said, I don't want to start it now. It's 9:46, and then it cut off. Just for topic wise. Just for topic wise. All right, so let me ask y'all. Do y'all have any questions on that? Online. Do y'all have any questions online on the topic? On the subject? Anything? Now's the time.
Did you ask someone about
deja vu? No. Well, what did it say?
Is deja vu real? Is deja vu a real thing where you feel like you met someone before that you don't know?
Deja vu? I mean, we all felt it, right? Now, I think when you talk about deja vu means to repeat. That's all it means, to repeat. Check that. I'm sure I looked it up a while back. It means to repeat. I think it's French to repeat. Job 33, verse 14, we read it earlier. It said what? That the Most High in your sleep, visions upon your bed, when deep sleep is upon you, already seen. So yeah, deja vu means already seen. So a lot of times, the Most High, it says it in Job. He seals your instruction. So without getting all mystical, because we're not doing all that, I know there's a lot of y'all, and I can speak for myself. All right? I don't want to start getting people spooky or I'll put it like this. I done had dreams and it happened. You understand? I mean, literally, the dream happened exactly like it was in real life. So the Most High shows you things. So yeah, sometimes he shows you, you be asleep, and you don't remember the dream. And then you're like, damn, this happened before. Why could we say that? Because the Bible says, in a vision, in a dream, upon your bed, he seals your instructions. So yeah, you can get the already seen that mind state. You can. All right? Yeah.
So when you start going into just a preview, the death after the resurrection. So is this the finale of the wicked, or what's the death part?
The what?
Death, because you said reincarnation, then death.
Death, then reincarnation.
Okay.
Right? You die. Right?
Right.
Then your spirit comes back.
But you were saying after, you said your next part is resurrection.
And then hell.
And resurrection, then hell. I didn't say.
Then hell, my apologies.
Yeah, resurrection and hell.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. All right. So, no other questions on that? I mean, if y'all go through the precepts, I put them together and I was real slow. I mean, what I consider slow. I was real slow this time for y'all to just go through the scriptures and go over them. You'll see. All right? And then we'll go over and hit the resurrection and death and hell, next time. All right? What else we got? That's it?
Someone said, is the question I asked about the wives in the kingdom be in the next half class?
Wives in the kingdom. You're talking about, I thought we went over that.
He just came and asked that just now.
Is this, let me see. Roger, didn't we go over the heavens for him? We didn't go over that?
You went over the heavens class.
Dude.
That was supposed to be today.
That was supposed to, okay. We'll go over that too. Just bear with us. Yeah, man. Damn, I thought I went over that though.
No, you said you were done. You were at my house. You said it.
Yeah, you gotta remind me, man. Yeah, because there's so many questions that be coming in sometimes. And I jumped to one question then before your question. My bad. But we'll go over that too. Yeah.
So just even clarification on Job 33 about the sealing the instructions.
Yeah.
Now, is this the instruction about what we're supposed to do, or what may be coming, or almost like it's like prophecy in a sense?
It doesn't say that though. Like I told you in the room, I stick to the simplicity in Christ.
Right.
It doesn't say that. So when we reach, then you gotta show through the scriptures they're reaching. So it just says seals your instruction. You're being instructed. When? Whatever he wants to show you, whether it's the end, whether it's the beginning, whether it's the last.
I guess the word instructed makes it seem like, obviously a task to do or something.
Yeah. Very, very good. Very good on the definition. A task, right? But what task and when is the question you're asking, right? What task is he giving us, and what are we being instructed to do? Remember, in the context of Job 33, he was talking about we're being instructed, and he pulls us back from the pit.
Okay.
I hit it, right? That was what you were saying? Yeah, you're being put back from the pit. So, a lot of times, it's pulling you back from your purpose, right? And if you're being instructed, and this is pulling you back from your purpose, then you're being given another way to go, right? So you woke up, you thought you was going to go down, you thought you was going to go down to your job, and you was going to do whoop-de-whoop, right? You got in an accident. Deja vu. What happened? Why? Because you needed to be in that middle of the accident for some reason. Right? When we were talking about death, right? We were talking about death earlier. Time and place. There's a time for all things. So he would draw you from your purpose to either pull you out of the pit or some to what?
Put in the pit.
Put in the pit. Right? So he instructs you. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Anything else? No? Okay. We'll give him a few seconds. We got a few minutes on here. And yeah, Roger, right?
Dave Rogers.
Yeah, Roger, Dave. Yeah, I'll get that too. We'll get that out also.
Steve Rogers.
All right, nothing in here, right? All right, listen, let me say this. Your brothers and sisters online, we ask all the brothers and sisters that are online, if it be in thy power, if it be in thy heart to help out the school, to vow to help out the rent. We ask y'all that are on the vow to don't forget that, and then the ones that do want to help out to do that. And remember, whether you want to call it alms deeds, you want to call it offering, whatever you want to call it, we're asking you to help. You know what I mean? That way you don't got to get technical on, well, is this tights? Or is this a vow? Like, help. H-E-L-P. Help. So if y'all want to help. If you don't. You know, or whoever, like I always say, if you feel like you've been listening and watching and a part, you know what I mean, we would appreciate it. If not, don't even trip. And for y'all that been helping, we appreciate that too. All right, so if there's nothing else, that's it. Everybody salute them, say shalom.
Shalom!
We'll see y'all Wednesday. Yeah, it was a good class. Basic. Huh?
Today was Wednesday.
You know today was Wednesday?
Oh. God dang. I'll count you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I told them to like that. Try to switch that from the other ones we got up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Come on. What the hell was your mom say? I'm not doing putting your ankle down. Rise and face the east.